Honestly, at this point, I cannot be bothered. And I think, you see, the whole drama that is going on with Nigerian football right now is a ripple effect of what has happened over the course of so many years. And the NFF has to be held responsible. I'm not relieving Justin Madugu of his own fault. Neither am I going to say, oh, the players played exceptional football. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, they did not. This game tonight against the Bayana of South Africa was an opportunity for the Super Falcons to qualify to the FIFA Women's World Cup come 2027 in Brazil. And now it's out the window. Absolutely out the window. It's ridiculous, honestly. Ridiculous. And I know a lot of people want to say, oh, yes, the girls did not play well. When you look at that team, I just feel like, why is it a case of us missing one player? And it looks like the team is completely clueless. Like they don't even know what to do. They don't know what to do. I remember the last Wafcon that we played where we had Ashley Plumter. There was a difference in our game, even though it wasn't good too, because leading to that final, I could probably say maybe the only game we played very well was the final against Morocco. That we played well. But you see, every game leading to that final, we weren't impressive. And this is down to the fact that there is no improvement in Nigeria football. No improvement whatsoever. I know people will say, oh, with all the money that has been invested in Morocco's football and their tournament, their stadiums and all that, they still were not able to win the Wafcon. Okay, that's an excuse. But it's still not enough. Because it is the investment that they have made in the last 10 years that has gotten them to where they are today. Don't forget, they are hosting the Women's African Cup of Nations back to back. So if you think you want to use that as an excuse, you're just deceiving yourself. You're trying not to say the reality from, just point to what the real problem is. I bet me I don't tire. I am tired because this is just, this is not good enough. To the game itself, the girls did not perform very well at all. The first half, in fact, the first 20 minutes, South Africa they had better possession of the ball than the Super Falcons. And then the last, I think maybe 10-15 minutes, they did okay. The second half starts, and it just looked like as if we were not under pressure. It didn't look like as if we were playing football. So lackadaisical, so lazy. We were not doing, even when we had the ball, we weren't winning the second balls. That was bad enough. And then even when we did, it didn't look like they were doing so much with it. It was so bad. And then what happens? South Africa scores their first goal from Katnana, who I think has been one of their best players in the last few years. The second goal again was scored by South Africa, which was Rifole Jane, another one of their best players. And don't forget that even Jane herself just joined them, their main team, I think in the last Wafcon. And she really stood out. She really, really stood out. Before they were, I think it was a few minutes to the end of the game, we now picked up energy. We picked up pace. Why do we have to do that? Why do we have to wait till the end of the game before we do something with the ball? And honestly, I think Justin Madugu at this point, he has done well for the women's team. Maybe it's time for him to just resign at this point. The problem, however, is that when it comes to people resigning, they don't want to resign. They don't want to leave because they know they are not good enough, but they will still not accept the fact that they are not good enough. Yes, you want the last AFCON with these same girls, but they off. I don't know if it's the training sessions that are off. These girls are not playing even up to their potentials. They are not. There's something not, syncing with them. They are not in sync. The players are not playing like I said. They are together. It's not like we're having to rely on individual brilliance. And I don't think I've seen them do that in maybe except for the last Wafcon. This one is all we've had to rely on in this tournament. Wafcon, the group games, even till the quarterfinal, we were not good enough. And then this second opportunity of them getting to play in the World Cup and playing in the playoffs, we were not good enough. What is going on? What is happening? Honestly, it's really disappointing. It's really, really disappointing. This will be the first time that the Super Falcons will not qualify for the World Cup, right? The FIFA Women's World Cup. And it's quite disappointing. We've played in every edition of the FIFA Women's World Cup. And it's so disappointing, as I said, that the same year the Super Eagles also didn't qualify for the World Cup. It's happening also to our women. And for the men, it's even back-to-back. It's that bad. And I think this is the time for the NFF to sit down and just think. Maybe there should be like a government intervention or something, because this is getting worse. It's getting bad. Our grassroots football, our under-18s, under-20s, they are not doing well. They are not doing well. For Christ's sake. What is going on? We don't have good infrastructures. We don't have good training facilities. Nothing. Oh, God. This is stressful. This is absolutely stressful. This situation like this doesn't encourage people to support either the Super Eagles or the Super Falcons or the Flamingos, or there is no supporting. There is no, because you don't know what they're going to do. It's not like there is no expectation from them, because you know that there is no improvement. The NFF, oh my God. The election is around the corner. It's around the corner. I just hope, for the sanity and for the sake of Nigerian football, that they put the right people in charge. I just hope so. I honestly hope so, because at this point, it's becoming embarrassing. It's honestly becoming embarrassing. Next year, Wafcon is going to hold in Kenya, I think Kenya, Uganda, or one other nation. It's going to hold. What? This is not good. Honestly, this is not good. And I've always just relied on the fact that we have our girls, that irrespective of how bad the Super Eagles are, the girls will always turn up. Nothing. They didn't turn up in this one. As I said, the coach in his changes, there's no tactical brilliance to whatever decision he makes. The starting 11 is not the most impressive. And when it even comes to in-game management, nothing either. At all. As I said, we are having to rely on individual brilliance. Okay, the last game, the coach had to bring in Oshoala last minute. What were you expecting her to do at that point? Really? And then you start her in this one, and there was no effect. So there is something going on. I don't know where there's this complete breakdown. But this is down to the NFF, honestly. This is down to the NFF. There has to be something that has to give. And there has to be something that has to give. I am not happy I'm not happy at all. I'm not happy at all. Just watching that game at all. But I think I had to even stop watching in the 78th minute. After South Africa scored their second goal, I could not just even be bothered anymore. I could not. Because all they will now have to do is probably defend. And yes, when we got the penalty, they were down to 10 minutes. But really, how many minutes extra time? 6 minutes. You scored 2 goals in 6 minutes. In fact, the goal they scored was a penalty that was scored by Chegini. So really, there's nothing to be happy about, especially when it comes to Nigerian football. There's nothing, absolutely nothing. They've disappointed Nigerians over and over again. The NFF has shown this lackluster behavior towards our football, and it just keeps going. It just keeps going, and I don't know. It's really, at this point, I'm not going to give it that much attention, but something has to give. Something has to change. I don't know what it is, but it has to change. And this is down to the NFF. They have to be the one that will make these changes happen. A lot of times we say, oh, with footballers, it's always a case of what they do on the field. But the truth is, the decisions that are made on the field is a result of what is being done off it. And it doesn't look like the decisions that are being made off the pitch are good enough. They are not just good enough. I know people are angry at the coach. I think even his outburst at the press conference before the game took off, there was way too much emotions going on. Lashing out at God of mercy. I'm just exhausted. Sometimes when I think of Nigerian football, it's just exhausting. It tire person. Honestly, it's stressful, because 1 minute you're happy, oh, this is happening, and the next minute is bad news. It's just bad news everywhere. See, I beg, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Anyways, the Super Falcons, unfortunately, is the end of the road for them at the Wafcon, and I also didn't get the opportunity to at least fight for the FIFA Women's World Cup ticket, probably by either going to the Confederations playoffs. They've lost out completely. So they are not going to be breaking into the World Cup for the first time. And they don't have a Wafcon title to hold on to. Yeah, because the final is going to be played between Cameroon and Malawi. Oh my God. Anyways, guys, share your thoughts in the comment section, what you made of the game, what you think has to change. I don't know what the NFF has to do. There has to be, I don't know, maybe punishment or something for this old. Share in the comment section. Yeah, I want to read everything, okay? Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please, please, please subscribe to the channel. It's free and it helps the channel to grow. So please subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to put on your post notification button to get our latest video when they drop. And ensure to follow us on all our social media platforms at _official FSH. Or you can follow me on my personal pages at Fehintola_Sports. Until I come your way again, guys, I hope you are able to sleep tonight. Well, I'm sure the majority of people will sleep because they still have to go to work tomorrow. But hopefully, you can sleep. Me? It's not going to be a good night tonight. Have a wonderful rest of the night, guys. Bye-bye.